Okay, so let's get into the design styles. This is where we're going to be changing your colors and fonts for each particular page. So if we come into, again, we're starting at your main dashboard, we're going to come into design and then site styles. So that takes us over to this section. So we have your fonts, colors, animations is like a site wide if you wanted your photo to slide up, for example. The spacing, 1920 is kind of the largest typically that you would have for your site wide. Margins affect the padding here. You're unlikely to change that. What you're going to care about here is your fonts, colors, buttons, and image blocks. So if I wanted to change, I'm actually going to go out of here. Before I do this, I'm going to show you the style guide. So the style guide is a page that I've created to show you basically your headings and buttons and everything all in one place. So we have your heading 1, your heading 2, heading 3, 4, your paragraph 1, which is your body text, your paragraph 2, the buttons that are on your site, an example of what you would do if you wanted to write a blog. And then again, we have the different color themes here on your site as well. So I'll show you what that looks like. So if I wanted to come in here, I'm going to go in this little arrow, come back to the main dashboard, go to design, click on site styles, click on fonts. So when I click on fonts, I can see these are my global text styles. What that means is that this is what will appear across your entire site. We have a base size of 16, which is usually the smallest that you would want for your body font. And then if you change this, everything, all font sizes on your website scale up relative to what you set as your base size. So I have it at 16. That's typical unless you have like a small font. If your body font is quite difficult to read, you might go up to a 17. So you have your headings. Headings are your H1, H2, H3s. And then your paragraphs are your paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3. Your buttons are what you have set here. And then miscellaneous typically is what's going to show up in, for example, a blog post. Here, if you have like your metadata up here at the top is typically your miscellaneous font. So when I've designed your website for you, all of these styles are preset. Right now, what I'm showing you is in kind of the Willow template before it's been changed. So I wouldn't recommend coming in here and changing anything. It's really just for you to see where you would if you wanted to make any adjustments. So sizes are really set kind of in a hierarchy, usually across your body. Your website, we're going to use paragraph 2. So that's your main body font. I've custom coded so that paragraph 3 and heading 4 are the same. And the reason for that is just because for SEO purposes, if we have, let's say, the smaller heading in front or on top as a subheader of a heading 3, you want to use a paragraph 3 because you don't want to have a heading 4 before heading 3 for SEO purposes. Google doesn't like that. So that's why we would use a paragraph 3 in that particular instance. So these are the sizes that we have. So we have heading 1, the name of your font, the weight of the font, your line height. So this changes how wide it is. Text transform. If I wanted everything uppercase, I could do that. Heading 1. So this is how we can adjust the sizes of each particular heading. And then again, this particular one is named Gibson. If I wanted this to be much heavier, I would change the weight. That changes basically how bold it is. And again, this is going to change these settings here. And that's pretty much it. I wouldn't mess with that. So let's discard those changes. So next step is colors. I will note whether it's colors or fonts, whatever you change here affects your site-wide settings. So you cannot make this button, or sorry, this particular size larger through your site styles. You would just switch the headings. So we'll show you that in just a second. Let's just come out of here. So these are your color themes. Actually, I'm going to start a new video for that. So let's end that particular section.